Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. Email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing my favorite steel Patek Philippe ever. The 1-year 2017 Baselworld launched Patek Philippe 5960 1A-010 flyback chronograph power reserve annual calendar automatic. All of that in a 40.5mm stainless steel case. I don't run with the pack, and I don't love full bracelet steel Patek Philippe sports watches. I'm just not into it. Too much has been said, too much has been spent. This is the one that appeals to me personally. Let me show you why I editorialize. Throwing this watch on the wrist, it's easy to wear, 13.8mm thick, 40.5mm in diameter, with a lovely flowing set of arcing lugs and a complex curvature to the case band that is elegance incarnate. About 49mm lug-to-lug. If you add the solid end links of the bracelet, about 51.5mm across the wrist with a 21mm spacing between the lugs. It's flat, it's flush, it's comfortable, it fits underneath the cuff, it works whether you want to dress it up or dress it down, short sleeves or long, any sartorial circumstance. And on my 16cm circumference wrist, comfortable. On the bracelet, I would wear it on a wrist no smaller than 14.5cm circumference. On a strap, you could wear it on a wrist as small as 13.5cm circumference. The bracelet's an interesting piece. Halfway between a sports watch bracelet and a dress watch bracelet, it works well as each. All of high polish with a somewhat rounded profile to these small links. That gives it a bit of a dress watch formality, but it has a wonderful silken feel, so always supple and comfortable. The many individual gaps ensure that it vents better than some of the sportier bracelets like that you'll find on the Nautilus. You can see Patek Philippe uses pins and sleeves to size its bracelets, which are secure, albeit requiring a punch and a block if you want to size your bracelet at home. A double folding clasp. Note the use of ceramic spring-loaded pin snaps inside the clasp to maintain the tolerances and tightness over time. Good eye for detail, Patek. Pump-style pushers, Calatrava cross crown, and a flame-like surfacing effect as the light dances and darts over the compound curves of this all-high-polished case. It's a lot like the case profile of the Daytona in its rough proportioning, contouring, and the way the light plays across it. It's gorgeous. You'll also note Patek used a concave profile bezel to visually pair the mass of this already reasonably sized 40.5mm watch. A lot's going on the dial. Matte black base with white gold diamond polished indices, white gold hands, and you can see a silver satin brushed minutes and seconds track outboard with full lume, and the same treatment for the mono counter down at 6 o'clock. Now you have an annual calendar with beautifully faceted, polished, and satinated day, date, and month discs. You need adjust only once per year during the jump from February to March. That's why it's called an annual calendar. You can see there is a mono counter at the base of the dial, which includes both the minutes and the seconds register, so that makes it easier to maintain the proportions and symmetry of the dial. One register for minutes and hours, seconds are at center. So you have minutes and hours down here, you have seconds at center, and then if you look carefully, you can see that there is a small dot that is currently shaded blue. That's your day-night indicator, so you know when not to attempt to adjust the annual calendar using the pusher adjusters. During the night hours, don't adjust. During the day hours, you're good to go. That's the point of that 24-hour AM/PM indicator. You'll also note for the 55-hour power reserve, there's a small power reserve up at 12 o'clock. A handsome watch, and that's before we even get to the case back. I love this watch for the outside and the inside. There is nothing about this watch that leaves me wanting. Let me add a little bit more light here so we can better see the case back. And now we will enjoy the splendor of the caliber CH-28520. This is back in 2006 on the original 5960 annual calendar flyback chronograph, was Patek's first in-house automatic chronograph caliber. And you heard me right, this is a flyback chronograph, reset and restart with one push of the trigger down at 4 o'clock. The movement features 40 joules, 55-hour power reserve, beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, so 8 beats per second, 4 hertz. It has a free-sprung gyromax style balance to hold its 6 position adjustment, and the watch is guaranteed from Patek to run -3 + 2 seconds per day. Vertical clutch and column wheel. The column wheel gives it a crisp actuation feel. The vertical clutch ensures you can leave the chronograph running full time, and you may wish to do so, as the watch has no running seconds dial, and you need the chronograph running if you wish to have seconds constantly on your dial. Thanks to the vertical clutch, there's no additional wear and tear, so you can do this, and though the watch does not have hacking seconds, if you're using the chronograph seconds as your constant seconds, just reset after you set to the minute, and now you have hacked and synchronized your watch. The timepiece is full of high tech, including ceramic rotor bearings and unidirectional winding, which is more efficient than steel and bidirectional, and then you have a silicone hairspring for anti-magnetism with the highest standards of Geneva flare and flash across every surface. Engine turned perlage, Côte de Genève laid down with abrasive wheel, mirrored anglage, black polished screws, satinated and beveled steel chronograph components. It is a beautifully made watch in every regard. Buy this watch, buy a loop with it. 30 meters water resistant, that's probably the only shortcoming of this watch, which in every other regard is already a legend and a collectible. Don't buy it because it'll make you rich. Buy it because it'll make you happy. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. Patek Philippe, 5960 1A-010 by night. Plenty of lume.